You know, you can launch in different places. If you launch in a different place, can you get signs from there as well? Or is it only around the base? Is it worth trying to drive on the grass? Yeah, that's what I mean. If the other launch sites, every base and biome. So if I launch from another site, can I get the signs from that? Is what I was saying. How good do you think this thing will be on the grass? Let's find out. Take a shortcut, see what happens. It's not so bad. I really wish I could put a damper on that thing. Well, the racer, it goes on SquirrelPlus. That's my, slow down, Bob. Whoa, slow down, mate. Slow down. Cheese brakes. Cheese brakes. Take it easy. There we go. Engines. Thrust. Okay, good. So if I do a crew report here. Don't get sucked into the engine, Bob. Okay, that's all the tests. Do we just reset him, or can we drive around and, like, get some more? What do you think? You can adjust the brakes on the wheels when you're in the building. Yeah, I'm going to have to adjust the brake power. It's not anywhere near enough. Just making sure we're in a separate part of the biome. So if I do another crew report, what happens? Tell you what, let's recover. The extra cost to collect more data. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You need like one instrument per data thing, don't you? Is it KSP2? No. No way, mate. Brakes, 50%. 100%. Maybe then the way we do it is we have like primary and secondary. So at least you can do 2 lots. That way you can use that, and then you can use that. And I presume his surface sample he can do twice, right? Get the storage box. I don't think I have it, do I? Do I have the storage box? Is that the payload? No, that's the service bay. Cargo. Don't think I have it, maybe. Will you get early access to TML's The Bus that is out the 25th? Yes, they've already sent me a key. And said there's an embargo until... I think I worked it out, the embargo What's the date now? Hang on. I think release is like the 25th. And I think the embargo was something random like the 20th or 21st. So I can't... I have the key, but I can't... I've not played it yet. But I can only show it from a certain date. I just can't remember what the date was. So yeah, I have the bus. You saw this car on the M25? Lel. So I'll take a look at it. What's that about, Jake? It's about a tramp, and his mission in life is to get enough change for the bus. But the twist is that when he does finally get enough change to get the bus, he tries to get on, and they tell him, we don't take change anymore. You need to pay electronically before you get on the bus. And that's the story. It's going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, I've done that. Oh, God. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. That was always the downside of the Reliant Robin. The Reliant Robin was exactly the same. Like, if you drove too quickly around a corner, you blow up. That was part of the fun of it. Two wheels at the front. Why? There's no fun in that. You've got to live dangerously in Kerbal. Oh boy, look at it. Look at it. Tank Slapper. Crazy Gigs, thank you for 72 months. I don't think I have struts yet, the racer. I don't think I've got them unlocked. I think that's a structural unlock, maybe.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard, retard, retard.
Funnily enough, I had to press the brake then, as well. Or maybe he's referring to me. I don't know. Right, parking brake is on. Just Clarksoned it. Surface sample. Right, so you've got a surface sample, temperature, pressures around the other side. Oh my god, you're so... Bob, mate. You need to exercise a bit more. Pressure data. Sniffer, thank you very much. Generously dropping 5 subs on the community. Thank you very much, Sniffer. Thank you for the gift sub, the gift icons, guys. And if you got a sub, please remember to thank Sniffer. He's your man. Quick crew report. Now we want to go around the corner, don't we? Do you know, I can't believe, look at the fuel. 1 unit of fuel? This thing's crazy. I think that's the crew building, isn't it? What's this one? This is the research building, so this is a separate one, I think. Oh, it's just, yeah, the research and science building. I'll pull up here and do some experiments. Should have enough science after this to go into orbit or something. You can also do an EVA report and not in the cockpit. Oh, did I take a soil sample over there? I can't remember. Did I take a surface sample? I think I did. I'm pretty certain I did, actually. Signs off that. Inside and outside temperature pressure. Right, that's all the stuff we can get. That's 2 more done. Look at his face down there. Like that camera bottom right is like a 5 FPS camera. Like a vlog camera, but at 5 FPS. Okay, let's see what we got now. We've got 138 now. So I just did that one. We've done that one and that one. That one, that one. The only one left is that, I think. Tracking station. Is mission control a separate biome? Can I do that? Is that separate to the causeway? Have we got just that one left, or that one and that one? I think so. Alright, we'll go to mission control. So if we do mission control and tracking station, and then we're done. We're done with grinding the science here. Yeah, we already did launch pad and stuff. That's plenty of science to get on with. I think with all that science, we can unlock enough stuff to get into orbit, I reckon. And then we can get some more science in orbit. Steam is struggling. Why? Have they got a sail on or something? Oh boy. Tank slapper. That should do it. Condiment services, thank you, 45 months. Nice. Bob's face is ready for science. Bob loves science. I think we're going there, aren't we? Tracking station. I did the ground sample. I'm sure I did the ground sample. Did anybody see me do the ground sample? Now you got me questioning myself. You did not do the ground sample. Rip. Oh well, we'll drive over in a sec then. I don't know the racer. I just don't know, mate. I don't know how much interest there is anymore in that. It's quite an old game, you know. You have distant memory about the flag post as a biome too. The thing is, there's a mod you can get that's in that mod spreadsheet I did, and it like extends the tech tree, so it basically adds a whole bunch of stuff that isn't in the base game. And I've seen mods for like future, what they call like future power, future solar. There's a whole bunch of them, and they add even more stuff to the game. I'm not dropping packets, so it's not me. Okay. Think. Whoa, Bob, don't die now, mate. Not with all the science. Come on. I think we're done.
Paul should get a great massage from time to time.
You reckon, Valencia? I agree. You've been having stuttering too, Twitch is doing its thing. Yay! Right, we have 177. I'm going to save it and call it science 177. Just in case I make some bad choices. Okay. Let's see what we can do. General rocketry. I think that's entirely essential, so I think we're going to have to get that. That gives us basic, like a big tank now and a big engine and a big solid rocket booster. That's going to get us into orbit. So we've got that. We've then got advanced rocketry, which gives the Terrier engine, which is very nice. I remember that engine. It's a really nice little engine. Fuel tank, adapter, that's 45. Or general construction, which gives a crew cabin. There's the strut connector, so you can actually attach things properly. Decoupler, structural fuselage, launch stability enhancer. I remember that. I remember that. SRB, which engines have a gimbal? The Terrier doesn't. The Terrier's more Terrier's like a little engine for when you're going into orbit. Oh, it does actually. It has 4 degrees of gimbal. I stand corrected. Neo Codal, thank you for 58 months. Aviation, we've done aerodynamics and landing. Launch escape system. I like the sound of that. For when things go wrong. Mark 16 parachute. Landing gear. Heat shield. I take it that's more for aircraft. I'm not sure. Flight controls. I think this is almost a necessity with the inline reaction wheel. Two little green Kerbals like peas in a pod. The engineers managed to fit an extra Kerbal in the same space. Ah, so that is a module that lets you go up with two. So you can have like an engineer and a science, or a pilot and an engineer, something like that. That could be useful. And there's basic science down here, which gives us the Stay Putnik, the battery. See, the batteries are very useful because there's some components need electricity, and that gives it to them. NHS, how you doing? Watching you on YouTube Farm Sim. You're welcome. What have we got? The high gain antenna. So that requires 51.4 electric charge per second. Which then begs the question, if that requires 51 a second and that has an amount of 100, does that mean that will drain that battery in 2 seconds flat? Should have got basic science as well because Science Junior is more science. Oh, that one. Yeah. Get this in the rocketry one. Yeah, I'm definitely... You mean the flight control, surely, not the rocketry. We have rocketry. I already unlocked that. There's only the advanced rocketry. It's 90 plus 45, 135. So we could get basic science, flight control, and advanced rocketry. Get all three. Or construction, if that's more important. But that's more for the space station. I think we can come back. We can go into orbit, come back, and then unlock that, which will allow us to start building a space station, I think. So I think... well, I think we can get away with not having this initially. Just go up, do an orbit, retrograde burn, and come back, is what I'm thinking. For which we need flight control and basic science. We absolutely need these two. Then it just becomes a choice between those two. Advanced rocketry, I don't think we need it. And general construction, I don't think we need it just to get into orbit. I don't think we need this stuff. I could be wrong. It would be helpful, maybe. But I think we can get flight control, get basic science. Geez, 90 science now. Yes, we need flight control because it has the reaction wheel, which basically allows us to like rotate the vehicle a lot easier. Because otherwise you don't have any torque to move things properly. Terry's the best engine. Yeah, you only get that with advanced though. It's a toss-up between these two. Which one do we get first and then which one do we get later? RB Score, thank you for a year. Alright, let's get advanced then. Let's go with advanced. Terry's great for the circularized burn. Yeah, alright. Okay. So we want to build a vehicle that's going to go up, get us into stable orbit, and still have enough fuel to do a retro burn, come back with a heat shield, parachute, land. And have enough science on board to bring back loads of science points. Add 5 of everything. Yeah, okay. You know what, science or just general, like 5 engines? Right, which was the P one? Has capacity of 2, doesn't it? So we can take the P. What's the mass on that? 1,300 tons versus... Yeah, this thing's like twice the mass. That's the only problem. Do we need 2 people on board? Can we do it with just 1? Just a certain amount of Delta V, can't remember how much. What, to get into orbit, you mean? I mean, that's like twice the weight just to carry an extra person, basically. You can always go unmanned. If we go unmanned, we can't collect the science, can we? Get more science with Bob EVA, yeah. But can Bob fly the vehicle, or do we need a pilot or something? Yeah, but that only carries 1 person. This one carries 2, but it's twice the weight. Can but no crew reports. Bob won't be great. Okay. Fuel tanks. Let's see. Is that a big tank? Amount 90, amount 45, amount 220. So, we want the vehicle to come back with science, don't we? So I'm guessing we need that Science Junior installed here somewhere. Like, does the vehicle have to come back with the science module in order to get all of the science back? It does, yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, right, so that goes next, doesn't it? Right. And then, I don't know what that thing has on board. Do we still need all these sensors, or does that do everything? I literally can't remember what this thing does. This is the only science mode, not carrier one. Yeah. Career one, you mean? Yes. It's basically a goo. It's going to go kaboom, put a transmitter on it. Right, so I need to... If I open that, then I don't build on it stupidly. And then what we'll do is we'll build... We have 2 of these. So I have a couple of goo samplers. Then we'll have a... that only the pod can return. Ah, okay. So in that case, then, what we're saying is we can't bring this thing back because that has to decouple. Does that have a heat shield on it? Does that need a heat shield? Or has this got the decoupler on it? Looks like that's got the decoupler. Guys, don't say yes, because I literally have no idea what question you're answering, because I tend to ask like 2 or 3 things at once. And then I don't know what yes means. Batty, thank you for 86 months with the release of Mass Effect Legendary Edition in May. Is that something you might be interested in? No. Thank you for 86 months, though, Mr. Fatty. The capsule has an integrated heat shield. Right. Why do we need to add it then, Princess Beauty? We can land it all, just put a heat shield on the bottom. But it has a heat shield according to the racer. If it already has a heat shield, why would you add a heat shield? I can't see it. I don't know what the heat shield is. Unless it's this. Heat shield at the bottom materials bay should work to be able to land it. You mean this thing? Do you reckon we can land, like, come back with this thing on board? If you put a heat shield on the bottom? Like if you do that? Probably. Probably. Brilliant answer. I'll just hedge my bets. I'm not sure. Right-click the capsule and you'll see the ablator level. Yes, it does. 20. What's the ablator of this then? 200. That's a bit of a difference. No parachute would be strong enough. What's the mess? What parachutes have we actually got? Navigation light, parachute, radial. So we could actually mount more than one parachute. Yeah, exactly. If we put like a bunch of these on here, it's not going to look pretty, but... Where's the door on this thing? I need to make sure I don't block the door. If you put like parachute on top and then have a couple of radial parachutes somewhere. Maybe like, maybe here, maybe? Think that'll stop them from getting out? The mass is too large. Wait, if it doesn't have a door, how can the EVA then? The door is a side window in it with the black bar thing. Right, so it's that. You don't need that much. Well, that's not enough, I don't think. The mass of the radial parachutes is huge. 0.1 ton. As opposed to 0.1 ton. That's not huge. It's 100 kilos. The mass of that is the same as the mass of that. So altogether that's 0.3 tons in parachutes. You're not sure that EVA is available with that pod? Let's find out. Jurovic, thank you for 55. I like this. Okay, well, he didn't get out the side where the black thing is. And he can't EVA because presumably he's blocking the way right now. So the EVA door is apparent crew hatch. It literally says there crew hatch. So it's left of the black bar and you can EVA. So that answers that one. So, 3 parachutes, a heat shield, a science pod. What I am thinking, though, is move these and put these here. Oh, God's sake. And I'm thinking that because these are heavy compared to this thing. And therefore that brings the mass near the bottom, which will help when we're coming back in. No, I've not. Muffins. Try and keep the mass lower down. So that it, you know, it comes in heat shield first kind of thing. Okay. So that's the Science Junior. Does this need electricity to work? I don't know. Doesn't say. I assume not. So, 2 people, 3 parachutes, 2 lots of goo, science. And that will free fall its way back in. So then we need whatever's gonna either put it into orbit and unburn it, I guess. So I guess now we're into fuel and stuff. It has batteries in the cab. Gotcha. Do you reckon that's enough as a re-entry vehicle? Have I missed anything? Oh, reaction wheel. Do we need a reaction wheel on this thing? Reaction. Small inline reaction wheel. Where do we need to put this? That's quite small, isn't it? Oh, there's a reaction wheel in the capsule. Right, fine. So we're okay. We don't need one. Does it say in here that it has a reaction wheel? I think batteries are actually inside here, so we don't need to worry about the batteries. The module doesn't have one, only the triangular one. Ah, so we need a reaction wheel. Put one there, maybe? Is that not going to shroud that in any way? Oh, God. I really wish you, when you pick something up, I wish you could just say, like, cancel, just put it back. Press escape and put it back. Does Control Z do that? I don't know. Let's try it. Pick that up, Control Z. Okay, that's interesting. It kind of does. It puts it back on, but then leaves it in your hand, so I'll take it. Right. So I can't really put that there because that sucks. I guess it has to go up here then. Do it that way? That should work, shouldn't it? We don't have any lights yet, do we? I don't think. Okay. Let's close that. So that's the re-entry vehicle. So now we need to so let's have a look at the engines here, which is the 0.5 tons, 60 kilonewtons in a vacuum. Okay. 240 in a vacuum, 215 in a vacuum. Mass 0.5 tons. The fuel consumption of this, though, is a lot less. If this is like second or maybe third stage, yeah, it's a really good vacuum engine, isn't it? Well, this engine has to, if we basically get the vehicle, you know, not fully in orbit but not far off, this engine and fuel tank can then circularize the orbit and have enough fuel left to deorbit, basically. That's what I'm thinking. And then you would just detach it and come back with just the heat shield. Just need to be careful that we don't ever want to do that. I don't want to ever go to stage 0. I wish you could lock that out and say don't ever detach. Alright, so Terrier engine. Let's take that as the engine of choice. So what fuel tank would we need for the Terrier, do you think? Going to be enough? Depends how much we want, how much work we want it to do. Let's see what the Terrier looks like. Okay, so 60 thrust, 1 minute 53 burn, 1600 delta V. How much delta V would it need to run an orbit and deorbit? Yeah, we need a decoupler. I'm just trying to work out the engine and fuel tank. I don't know if we need a fuel tank this big. Around 4500 delta V to do what exactly? To put it into a full orbit, Larry. Assuming we're already... I'm not talking about like getting us into... I'm not talking about getting us our altitude. I mean from our altitude, circularizing the orbit. So you need 4400 to orbit Kerbin, so that's 1600 out of the 4500 we need. Is that what you mean? Alright, let's try that. So if we assume that that will circularize and deorbit us, then we just need something to get us to the altitude, let's say 100k. Let's say we want to get to 100k and then orbit. That will take over when we get to 100k. That's what I'm thinking. Use about 3,500 from launch to orbit. Right. Okay. So now we want the main stage, don't we? So fuel. How much fuel's in that? So the biggest fuel tank we have is this one. Oh, that one's got 4,000. 4 variants available, liquid fuel and oxidizer. Okay, this is new. I don't remember this before. Yeah, I played this game back when it wasn't even released. Like, I think I was one of the earliest to play this game. Put it this way, when I was playing this game, Scott Manley was playing this game. And, like, I found his channel and he found mine. We're talking like 2013, maybe even 2012. I mean, we're talking a long time ago. I found his channel, he found mine because of Kerbal Space Program, because we were both playing it at the time, making videos on it. And then, you know, I ran it for like, I don't know, a year, maybe 2, year and a half, can't remember. Then I stopped making videos on it. I've played it since. I played it a few years ago, but not to any serious length. It's now got stuff in it that I was always missing, like the things that I wanted in the game. Refueling and stuff, generating fuel out of resources in the universe or the solar system. Stuff like that, you know. I'd still love multiplayer, but it's not gonna happen. Yeah, I mean, Scott basically, since he's moved on from KSP, he started moving over to real world stuff. So he kind of took his passion for space and left the game behind, really, and started focusing on IRL space flight. And, you know, he's doing well out of it. Good luck to him. He uploaded the first KSP video 2nd June 2013. So at that point, the game was... When did the game finally hit version 1? Because I can't remember. Yeah, Das Valdez did the same. Like, he was KSP boy, and then he's gone on to IRL. It's weird, isn't it? Imagine what's going to happen though when KSP 2 comes out. I wonder if Scott and Das and all the rest of them, I wonder if they'll go back and play the game. That's what I like about Elon Musk. Like, he's the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company, and he still replies to just random YouTubers on Twitter. I think that's brilliant. Like, I don't know how he finds the time. There's now Kerbal construction. You can build things with Kerbals. Yeah, that's the stuff I really want to get into, Mr. Drummer. Like, just assembling stuff with the robotic arms. Like, I have no idea about that stuff yet. Moss doesn't sleep a lot, yeah. So, fuel tank, it says there are 3 variants, so you can put that on, and then you kind of change what it is. Variants. Black and white. Oh, it's not a fuel variant. It's a style variant. What do you reckon is going to be like the best launch engine then? Kerbal 2, well, they delayed it because of COVID.